How's it going, everyone? Austin Honecker here. I just wanted to come on here for a while and give him a review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dark from last night, which was October 4th, 2022. I gotta say, it was awesome from start to finish. For the matches, match 1, it was Marina Shafir versus Cio Nieves. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, Marina Shafir went over with the greedy. Match 2, it was Ari Daivari versus AR Fox. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Ari Daivari went over with the Hammerlock Lariat. Match 3, it was Tony Nese and Josh Woods versus Invictus Cash and Rohit Raju. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, Tony Nese and Josh Woods went over cause Josh Woods pinned Invictus Cash with the Olympic Slam neckbreaker combination from Josh Woods and Tony Nese. Match 4, it was Abaddon versus Freya States. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, Abaddon went over with the Black Dahlia. Match 5, it was Slim J versus Blake Christian. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Slim J went over with a leg capture neck crank. Match 6, it was the Wingmen, which are Ryan Nemeth and Cesar Bononi versus Eli Isom and Chris Farrow. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, the Wingmen went over cause Ryan Nemeth pinned Chris Farrow with the hunk of love. Match 7, it was Parker Boudreaux versus Terry Kidd. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, Parker Boudreaux went over with a jumping splash. Match 8, it was Sky Blue versus Robin Renegade. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Sky Blue went over with the Skyfall. Now, before the match, Robin Renegade attacked Sky Blue from behind and beat the shit out of her before the match started and everything. That was cool. That was before the match, by the way, and that was match 8, by the way. Match 9, it was the Iron Savages, which are Bronson and Boulder versus Vari Morales and Levi Valenzuela. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, the Iron Savages went over cause Bronson pinned Vari Morales with a double cannonball from Boulder and Bronson. Now, before the match, as Vari Morales and Levi Valenzuela were already out in the ring, the Iron Savages, which are Bronson and Boulder, along with JT Davidson, came out, and JT Davidson done the introduction to the Iron Savages and everything. That was cool. That was before the match started, by the way, and that was match 9, by the way. And match 10, which was the main event, it was Matt Sydal and Dante Martin versus the Workhorsemen, which are J.D. Drake and Anthony Henry. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Matt Sydal and Dante Martin went over because Dante Martin pinned J.D. Drake with the nosedive. That was match 10 and the main event, by the way. Now, besides the matches, Lexi Nair interviewed the Renegade twins, which are Robin and Charlotte Renegade, and, well, Lexi Nair brought up about the Renegade twins using twin magic and cheating and everything, and the Renegade twins, which are Charlotte and Robin Renegade, denied Lexi Nair's theory and everything and talked about how she is me, I am her, we're one person and everything. That was cool. And Lexi Nair interviewed JT Davidson and the Iron Savages, which are Bronson and Boulder. Well, Lexi Nair brought up about the Iron Savages being on a hot winning streak since siding in with JT Davidson and everything, and JT Davidson was talking about how Bronson and Boulder were his Iron Savages and everything, and talked about how the Iron Savages were putting the AEW Tag Team Division on notice and everything as well. That was cool. Now, besides all that, Taz and Excalibur done commentary throughout the whole show. They done awesome as usual. The referees for the event were Mike Posey, Paul Turner, Stephon Smith, and Aubrey Edwards. Okay, Mike Posey refereed the match between Marina Shafir versus Cio Nieves. Stephon Smith refereed the match between Ari Daivari versus AR Fox. Aubrey Edwards refereed the match between Tony Nese and Josh Woods versus Invictus Cash and Rohit Raju. Stephon Smith refereed the match between Abaddon versus Freya States. Mike Posey refereed the match between Slim J versus Blake Christian. Aubrey Edwards refereed the match between the Wingmen versus Eli Isom and Chris Farrow. Paul Turner refereed the match between Parker Boudreaux versus Terry Kidd. Mike Posey refereed the match between Sky Blue versus Robin Renegade. Stephon Smith refereed the match between the Iron Savages versus Vari Morales and Levi Valenzuela. And Aubrey Edwards refereed the match between Matt Sydal and Dante Martin versus the Workhorsemen. All the referees done awesome as usual. Now, the match card that's been announced for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite's 3-year anniversary show for tonight, it's going to be Wardlow versus Brian Cage for the AEW TNT title. The Jericho Appreciation Society, which are Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara versus Bryan Danielson and Daniel Garcia. Jay Lethal versus Darby Allin. Hangman Page versus Roosh, Luchasaurus versus a local competitor, MJF versus Wheeler Yuta, and Serena Deeb, Jamie Hayter, and Penelope Ford versus Tony Storm, Athena, and Willow Nightingale. Those are the matches that have been announced. Now, besides the matches that have been announced, Billy Gunn and The Acclaimed, which are Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, will be appearing live for National Scissoring Day. So, the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite's 3-year anniversary show for tonight looks like it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it, and I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here for a while and give them a review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dark from last night, which was October 4th, 2022. Like I said, it was awesome from start to finish. And with that being said, my name is Austin Honecker, and I will catch your ass down the road. Peace out.